my name is Stormie and I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm here to show you today with my beautiful model, Dana, a very easy, fast technique, something you can use in the salon every single day for a person who wants the longer layers, but yet they want to keep their length as well. So let's get started here. As you can see, I have parted her hair into a few different sections. I had taken the front half here and I've divided it into 3 equal sections. And then I'm going to rotate Dana here so you can see just the back. I have separated it into 8 sections so that you can see here whenever we do start cutting that you'll be able to see how everything's going to be able to fall. What we're going to do here is I'd already talked to Dana and she already has pretty long hair about down to the middle of her back, and we are going to clean up her layers. She already has some layers in there, so as we pull this front section forward, you'll see that her hair already relatively is pretty short in the front here, so you can see already that if she does part her hair to the side, it's going to be a little bit shorter here coming in. What we're going to do is we're just going to clean up her edges, kind of even her out. This would be great for somebody who's coming in for a trim and they want their layers put back in, but yet they don't want you to be able to see chunky layers and stuff like that. I love the carving comb because it's really super easy to use, and not only that, it's going to give you a really nice texture whenever you're actually done with the haircut. So I'm going to divide this in to a smaller section here. Using the carving comb, I'm going to measure out about, and if you can see, just normal growth. There's a little bit unevenness from our fingers and everything. So what we're going to do is just bring this down, and you're going to lock your fingers. And what I mean by locking your fingers is you're going to hold it tight, really tight here, and you're going to actually push it with your thumb. So all we're going to do is we're going to take the side that's going to cut all of it, and we're going to very lightly slice a very clean layer. So what I'm going to do here at this very front section here is I'm just going to divide it into 3 equal parts. And now that I cut the front of Dana's fringe, I actually have a guide now. This here at the very top is now going to become my guide. Here's my stationary guide. This guide is going to help me throughout the whole entire cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring all of this hair forward, and right here I have my stationary guide. Right there it is. So you'll be able to see that we are cutting off just a little bit, but we're always over directing. And don't be afraid, I have smaller hands. Don't be afraid to just drop some of that hair. You don't have to hold it all at once. I have my guide right here once again. So we're gonna just hold on to that. And then we're just gonna do a stationary, let that guide just drop right out. And as you can see, Dana's gonna end up with this really, really nice layer here. So whenever she goes and she splits her hair, she's gonna have this really long, nice fringe that's going to just kind of collage her in the very front, okay? And then we're gonna do the same on the other side. Okay, and then for this section as well, you're always gonna wanna comb the hair in. So on the other side, when I was actually cutting that, I was actually combing the hair into my palms. Same way here, I'm combing the hair into my palms. And then I've got my guide right here, so I always hang tight to that. And as we were saying before, Dana actually had her hair already previously cut, and this looks pretty close to it, but we're just going to clean it up. So we're actually going to just go ahead and lock in our fingers and do a nice clean cut for there. So here again with my guide, I'm bringing the guide straight back. And as you can see, here's my guide right here. So I'm going to cut in a little bit of layer. If I want to take off a little bit, I'm actually going to, if I want to take off less, I'm going to actually raise the hair up a little bit higher so that my guide here, I'm only taking a little bit off and I'm cleaning up the edges. If she wanted something drastic and she wanted a lot more volume, then you would be able to cut it down here, because if you notice, you're going to be cutting a lot more off. But Dana, she wants to keep her length, and we're just going to go ahead and clean up what she currently has. So we're just going to do a little bit in between. Okay, and just the same as I did previous. Here is going to be my guide. It's up top. And I'm going to, just like I did the front, I'm going to pull this all the way back to the center. And Dana's really not getting a whole lot cut off, since she's just getting a trim. So I'm being careful to just make sure I'm following only what my guide has for me to cut. Okay, so now that Dana's hair is finished being trimmed, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna blow dry her, and then we're going to put a few more styling products in her hair, and we're going to go ahead and do a nice finish like Victoria's Secret curl for you to see. So once we come back, you'll be able to see Dana with nice luscious layers put back in, and then you'll be able to see the layers whenever she has her curls in and everything. It'll be more pronounced rather than it just being straight. So we'll see you back here soon. Okay, and as you can see, Dana, she has very fine, thin hair, and with this luscious look of curls, it makes her look like she has so much more hair, and with those layers, it looks like she has so much fullness. A few things that we used is we prepped her. We used the Awapui Moisture Mist, okay, just to give her a little bit more moisture. Then we used a quick slip so it's easy on the blades as we're cutting her with the Donald Scott carving comb. For finishing, we used a couple of my favorite products. We used the sculpting foam, the Paul Mitchell sculpting foam, just to give her a little bit more of a hold for these curls. And then to finish up, we're going to use just a little bit of Worked Up just to hold these luscious curls all day long. And there you have it. You have a carving comb technique that you can use for long layers, styled out, whether you want it straight, you want it curly, or even if you just want something that's going to just give you a luscious look without having those definite lines. So there's Dana. Thank you so much for your time, and we hope to be working with you soon.